Hello there, everyone. Zantok here with Slickstar Gaming, and welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. In today's episode of side content, we've got for you, well, the Shivering Guilds here. But first, we've got for you the Blacksmith Guild here in Limsa near the Av Castle. We're, all about making weapons out of iron and steel and other metals. More crafting, but wait, there's two guild receptionists here? What? That's crazy. Two guilds in one place? Yep. Considering what they are, though, it makes sense. As you can see from the signs above their heads, we have blacksmithing and armorer. The crafting of tools and weapons, and the crafting of, well, armor. If you couldn't figure that one out, I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, like I'm doing at the start of each of these new crafting class segments. Just a bit of information dump on ya. Crafting will require crafting. I know, big shock. Sometimes the things that I need to get for my crafting, the materials I need to use, I won't already have. And so I'll have to go out into the world and get them. This can mean slaying monsters, going out mining or logging, doing botany stuff. Sometimes, oh god, sometimes it might mean, Jesus Christ, having to go out and just straight up buy things. Or crafting things, which then means I have to go find even more materials for things. Ugh. For the sake of time, I will not be showing how I get every material for all of my crafts, because that will just take a stupid amount of time. Instead, I'll just be like, oh hey look, we needed this, I got it this way. The only way to keep my sanity, I swear. With that said, let's go ahead and talk to one of these receptionists. And I want to talk to Randwolf first. Unless you're blind and deaf, I presume you've wandered into our forge of your own accord. Drawn with the siren song of our Smitty's hammers, no doubt. We can hear them the whole time. In these here hallowed halls, Limsa's finest pound metal into all manner of tools and weapons. And when I say Limsa's, I mean the whole bloody realms. Make no mistake, you need more than a big iron to join our ranks. But if you've got iron in your veins and the builder's blessing, then speak up. Yeah, I can do that. Well, you're not short on confidence, but do you truly know what you're getting yourself into here, lad? Ours the trade born of blood and brine. For as long as pirates have sailed the Rotano, Smitties have forged their weapons and fitted out their ships from keel to cannon. Of course, till sea swallows all ain't just an idle saying. Brine will eat through even the stoutest iron given time, and our forebears long struggled to forge more rust-resistant alloys. Lucky for us, the Smitties of El were a determined bunch, and clever too. So when they learned that the kobolds knew something of advanced metallurgy, the Smitties set out to make it their own. Thanks to the kobolds' wisdom, which they generously gifted us with only the merest hint of pirately prompting, limits and smithing came on leaps unbounds. And kind of like that, like kobolds taught the Limsans how to work with metal. That's pretty cool. It wasn't long before the Gudanians and Ul'dah started eyeing our knowledge like we did the kobolds, though. And so, some 150 odd years ago, two particularly forward-thinking men named Theor Naudic and Bryce Vermelli had the bright idea of establishing a respectable business. That actually makes me wonder, how long has Limsa been around as like an actual city? Because the impression I kind of had from how they talked for it was like it was relatively new, but now I want to look up the timeline again. I'm curious, when was Limsa established? In the year 875. Oh shit! Limsa has been around a while. Huh. Wow. And Merlube... When did Merlube become the main person then? Actually that's not... I don't see that being said. Okay, Merlu became the leader of Limsa in 1563, and the current year is 17... No. The current year is 1577. Okay. So Limsa's been around for a long time. I didn't realize that. And Merlu's been the leader for 14 years-ish? Huh, interesting. Being fair-minded folks, they'd share their wares to anyone with a coin, pirates and foreigners included. When folks weren't inclined to pay, they made sure to remind them that we hadn't completely forsaken our pirate ways. Times have changed, though, and we're a wee bit more willing to share our wisdom these days. The company's been running the Blacksmiths and Armorers Guilds for years now. Welcome any soul with the necessary talent and will to work. As to whether you've got enough of either, well, that's for the Forge Master to decide. Speak to me when you're ready to present yourself to him. I'm ready. So what'll it be then? Reckon you've got what it takes to train with the best goddamn blacksmiths in the realm? Way of the Blacksmith. Randwolf wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Blacksmiths Guild. That's the spirit. If you had taken any longer to decide, I'd have told you to bugger off no matter what you said. Can't have half-arsed adventurers wasting Forge Master Brithail's precious time, see? He's got a lot of irons in the fire. That's why me and the other lads make a point of keeping idlers, imbeciles, and otherwise unqualified from getting in his way. Any road, it's time you went and paid your respects to the man. He's the one over yonder, making a face like he's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. And in a way, he kinda is. There he is. It's like, where is he? He's right up here. Uh-oh. About time Randolph sent me a new recruit. It's been too long. I'm Brithail, Forge Master of the Blacksmiths Guild. If you're aiming to become a smithy worth the name, it would be my great pleasure to educate you on the finer points of the craft. Oh, the rest of these sour-faced bastards will tell you it's hard, grueling work, fit only for the best and brightest. But I say put a hammer in the hands of the willing, and just see what happens. What do you say then, lad? Oh yeah, swing a hammer for old Brithail? Yeah, why not? Ha! I knew I liked you the moment I set eyes on you. What'd you say your name was again? Yaren Thay Zantok. Okay. A name fit for a hero if I ever heard one. In fact, I reckon I did hear a bard song once. Was it that poor son cursing in his cups the winch? Well, I mean, I did say Veorzia from the Guardians. Oh shit, that was you? Yeah, but you don't technically know that yet because, time bubble. You'll learn about it when we do our level 50 quest. Oh, that'll make much sense to me, but alright. Anyway, don't matter if it was saving the world or betting someone's mother. It's time to forge yourself a new reputation, pound out a new legend, and you can trust old Brithail to help you do it. But there I go, putting the cart before the chocobo. Here, lad, take this cross-peen hammer. A smithy without a hammer is like me without a drink. Bloody useless. Why don't just stand there gopping at her? Take her in your hands. Have a few practice swings. Whatever you fancy. She's all yours now. I wouldn't give to be you right now, lad. A smithy never forgets his first hammer. Okay, guy. Maybe calm it down just a teensy bit. Blacksmith unlocked! Where's my thing? We need to equip that hammer. And put clothes on. Holy gods, man. Why aren't you wearing clothing? And now you're just wearing a skirt. What the shit? We need to get you some shoes or something. Maybe some pants. I'm working on it, Brithail. But all you level 1 crafting quests will give me is more copies of Hemp and Kurta. You wanna know what I'll give you for your level 1 quest? What? Hemp Kurta? God damn it. My first cross-peen hammer. Forge Master Brithail wishes to see how well you can handle your new hammer. Now that there's a beautiful sight. Never forget, a smithy's hammer is his one true love. Friends will betray you, lovers will leave you, but your hammer will never do you no wrong. Gods, seeing you standing there reminds me of a let's say outside version of my younger self. But on to your task. We had a congregation of soft-handed scholarlies here. Smitties. Learn by doing. Try your hand at making a bronze ingot. Any smitty with a salt's gotta master the fundamentals, and you can't get more fundamental than that. Ain't complicated. Bronze is just copper and tin, melted down and mixed together. So you'll be needing... that's it. Copper and tin ore. And seeing as most folk don't carry stuff like that around with them without reason, Smidhammer outside can provide you with some. Well, for a price, that is. What the lad can't sell you, though, is the fire shard you'll need. Aye, that ain't complicated, but that don't mean it's easy. You need to melt the metals, after all. And to do that, you need to get them hotter than a flame-kissed horse crotch. And that's all there is to it. Think you can handle it, lad? Sure, why not? Alright, so, we press the N key on our keyboard to open up our crafting log, and there it is, the bronze ingot. So for this, we need 1 fire shard, 2 copper ore, and 1 tin ore. Everything that you craft will require shards, crystals, clusters, whatever level. Oh, I guess that's only 3. For some reason I thought there was a 4th. I don't know, man. We've got plenty for now. If I ever run low, I'll just go to market board and buy some, because I ain't gonna go hunt for it for real. That requires more patience than I really have. As for the copper ore and tin ore, though, I was able to get both those by doing some mining over in... there it is. I was like, I can't find it. What happened? Central Thanaland. That's where I went. So since we got our materials, let's click synthesize. I'm gonna put up a little menu. Well, not a menu here, but more of an interface, really. Our goal, get our progress to maximum before our durability hits nothing. But right now, all we can do is basic synthesis, so this should be pretty easy. Like I said, pretty easy. Although I'm curious why that got us more experience than our other classes first crafted. That's kind of interesting. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. Remember, to make a bronze ingot, all I need is copper, tin, and a 5 shard. Yeah, I know. I've got it right here. You what? Yeah, I made it. Huh, that was quick. You're alright, lad. Better than that, even. Sure you ain't done this before? No, actually. Because honestly, this ain't what you'd expect from a venturer fresh off the street. I mean, in another life I've done this before, but not in this life. What the hell does that mean? Don't worry about it, Bertheo. Okay then. This one's a little crazy. I think you might be a bleeding natural though, lad. It takes just the right balance of metals to produce bronze suitable for weapons and tools. But this ingot you've made, it's on par with them as our veterans produce. You could take this down to Hawkins Alley and find a buyer in no time. Buyer got's watching over you. Ain't no doubt about it. Actually, I'm pretty sure Naimei is our patron deity. Okay, whatever, kid. Just take the compliment. You got talent. Just don't let it get to your head. I've seen plenty of folk get drunk on early success, only to pick their guts up later because they forgot that talent's worth bugger all without hard work and dedication. So I'll tell you what, keep it simple for now, lad. Practice the fundamentals till you can smell bronze in your sleep. I was gonna say blondes in your sheep. It's like, wait, no, shoot, we're mixing things up. That ain't right. When you gain that kind of confidence that only comes with experience, come back. I'll teach you something new. Maybe have some pants. I can't guarantee that. Well, I tried. Hammer time! Forge Master Bertheo would like to evaluate your progress. Oh, Priest the Builder. I was afraid you might have joined up with another crew. You didn't join the armorers, did you? The thought of it pained me so much. I was down at the wish of the morning bells, I was. But here you are, still brimming with potential. Oh, some extra meat on your smiting arm if me eyes don't deceive me. So, something new. Oh, of course, how can I forget? Aren't they? I bid you craft 3 bronze cross-peen hammers, just like the ones all our apprentice smithies use. For this, you'll need bronze, maple lumber, and hempen cloth. Now, I know making the bronze won't pose you no trouble, but allow me to offer you a bit of advice regarding the materials. If you want to save yourself some coin, you might consider mining your own copper and tin out in the wilds. And if that don't tickle your fancy, you might consider whacking the odd goblin so it stops moving. They lug all around with them and see. And if it ain't as if swinging a sword, you'll have different from pounding a lump of metal to shape now, is it? At the end of the day, though, how about you go about getting the bits and pieces? Don't matter to me. I just want to see if you can make a decent hammer. Do what needs doing. Come back when it's done. Alright, so. Open up our crafting log. Where is the bronze crossbeam hammer? So we needed 1 bronze ingot, 1 undyed hempen cloth, and 1 maple lumber. The bronze ingot we made last time with crafting, so we crafted that. Undyed hempen cloth had to be crafted by as a weaver using hempen yarn, which is itself had to be crafted with mocha grass. The maple lumber had to be crafted from maple logs. So let's make a hammer. We can also do new buttons now. We have basic touch, which lets us up our quality. It matters for some things. It doesn't matter here. The quest just want any hammer. We will not get any additional experience for doing it better. I mean, we would get bonus experience when creating, but not when turning it in. So we're just going to do basic synthesis a few times. And that's 1. Now we have a button here called Quick Synthesis. You unlock this when any of your characters is level 10, and you can click it and then tell it how many times. Uh-oh. I'm short of materials. No, I'm not. I see the problem is because I have a high quality bronze ingot. There we go. I'll check that box. So I can type in how many I want it to make, just click synthesize, and it will do it for me. You can only do this if you've successfully crafted the item at least once, and there's still some items where it won't let you do this with. But there we go. 3 hammers made. Where are them hammers I asked for, lad? They're here in my hand. Huh. Seems last time weren't no fluke. This here's some impressive work, lad. Now, a layman might look at this and think you just stuck a piece of bronze on a maple stick. That's me. But you've done a damn sight more than that, whether you know it or not. A hammer is a tool, after all, and the head's got to grip the shaft for tens of thousands of strikes. What's more, when a smithy's pounding in a red-hot piece of metal, his hammer takes up some of the heat and swells a touch. Which ain't a problem, unless it's a poorly made piece of shite. Take it from me, lad. There's few things more embarrassing than flinging a glowing hammerhead over your shoulder, straight into the eye of your newest apprentice. And if he did eventually get his sight back. He's okay now, in case you're wondering. But I reckon your hammers won't lead to any incidents like that. In short, I'm happy with what you've done. Now, I'll spare us both the "don't rest on your laurels" speech, if it's all the same to you. Stating the bleeding obvious is best done with a drink in your hand, I find. But well done any road. Here, you'll be needing this. A hammer will suffice for simple smithing, but complex jobs call for a more delicate touch, which is what a file gives you. Using one alongside your hammer will make your life a good deal easier, whatever you're crafting. Try smithing something simple. I guarantee you'll see the difference. And when you've done that, do it again. I want you to practice so you can wield that file as well as your hammer. Once you've got the hang of it, come back here for another task. Certain gear grants bonuses to your craftsmanship, control, and CP values. A higher craftsmanship rating hastens the progress of synthesis. Greater control increases the chance of creating high-quality items. Additional CP improves your crafting stamina. Outfitting yourself with an eye to your current objective will increase the efficiency of your crafting endeavors. We've already got all these, so we're just going to take the tin piece. Additionally, we now have an amateur's file. All crafters, like our gatherers, have a secondary hand item. For blacksmiths, it's a file, which Feels kind of strange, but I'll go with the game. Riveting Ramblings. Forge Master Berthale has something important to tell you. You know what, lad? It may not be my place to say it, me being your guild master and all, but I like you. I really like you. Together, there's not what we can't... What? Why are you making that face at me? Oh, no! No, no, no. I didn't mean it like that. Oh, sorry, but buddies ain't my thing. You're the most promising people I've had in gods know how long. I'll just sit in the middle for a moment. You can't honestly tell me you don't get a bit emotional when you've been out the night before and... forget it. Been working hard, have you? Hey, I can tell. But this is just the beginning, lad. You see, the art of blacksmithing is deeper than the deepest ocean. And if you plan on getting to the bottom of it, you'll need to... sink? No, that's no good. You know, how about this? If you mean to set sail for the faraway island of, Myth Mastery, you mustn't try to make the journey in a dinghy. Oh, fuck it. Just make me a dozen bronze rivets, lad. Can do. That's funny. So, bronze rivets, they don't require bronze ingots, which we know how to make those. It's copper ore and tin ore. So, let's do quick synthesis. Oh, I already have one of them. Cool, I only need to make 11 then. Synthesize! Watch me bang my hammer. Such a nice and quick process when you know you're... Oh! The condition of my copper ore to 0%? Oh, I need to do some mending. Whoops. Good thing that's not actually important to us. And we're only wearing it so we can make materia out of it. Oh, we're done. So, a fun thing. It says we only have 712, but we've made all of them. 4 of them got made as high-quality items. 5 of them are high-quality items, actually. So, I need to lower the quality. Because I can't turn a high-quality item to these quests, but if I do lower quality of item, now I can turn them in. Ah, the rivet's coming along. Anytime now, lad. Yeah, I got him. Oh, I have to do it like this. Because there's... Oh, Jesus Christ. What? Alright, sort, combine. Oh, I can't do it when I have this menu open. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ, game. There. Make things difficult. Praise the builder, you've done it again. These rivets are perfect. But don't they mean they're special? Because they ain't. You see, rivets have got to be perfect. And I'll tell you for why. If you're pounding something and your hammer breaks, you can just grab a new one. It's a whole other story when your rivets fail. Ever seen an airship, lad? Marvelous things they are, but bloody complicated. Now imagine, you're a dozen moms above Limsa, and your fancy flying boat starts springing rivets. Might be it's from the engine, might be from the hull. Don't make no difference. Whichever it is, you're royally buggered. If I was on that airship, lad, taking in the gorgeous views the confounded contraption tumble down to the earth below, I'd be cursing them rivets with all me heart. Aye, and the half-assed bastard to shot him out too. And you wouldn't want that on your conscience now, would you? Which is why you must always make quality products which stand the test of time. But not necessarily high-quality products. We don't need those, just normal quality is good. To help you learn the importance of quality, I want you to try smithing for paying customers. Stop having a word with Tamakri down at the winch. She should be able to point you in the direction of a few Lamentsons as need the services of a talented lad like yourself. Own your craft, earn some coin, else have a drink while you're at it. The wench is always serving. Yeah, I already know about guild leaves, or leave quests rather, thank you. That's how I've been leveling these classes. Although sadly, I only get 3. I'm running low. I only have 42 allowance, then I'll earn 3 every 12 hours. Oh god, I don't know what I'll do when I run out. It's gonna be annoying, I can tell you that much. But let's see the new thing we got. It's a new hammer. Yay. We like hammers. The business of blacksmithing. Forge Master Berthale seems upset. Perhaps there's something you can do to help. Oh, hells. Not now, lad. Can't you see I'm struggling with a matter of great import? Be it Forge Master ain't all drink and debauchery, especially when her nonsense breathing down my neck. We're a business, she says, and it's our job to ensure Nordic and Vermilli stays profitable or some such bollocks. To which I says, now look here, you greedy shrew. We're making a mint off of our commission for the maelstrom, ain't we? Well, I mayn't have said true. Anyway, the greedy shrew then starts yattering on about expanding to new bleeding markets. Says we should be selling more to the trade folk in Gridania. Says I should be the one to develop a plan of action. 7 hells, lad. I'm a smithy, not a merchant. And I've even been to bleeding Gridania. Oh, and it gets worse. See, we need a man with connections, don't we? Someone else can make arrangements with the tree folk. I actually probably could. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, because I don't care. So Hanasa goes and finds one. Right clever bastard by the sound of it. And orders me to go and meet him. So I goes and meets him. Only find it's none other than bleeding Phasar. And I'd sooner bash me own teeth in than talk to that piece of... Wait a minute. I know how to deal with this. You just said you have connections with the tree folk, so you can talk to him. You'll help Overfail handle this Gridanian nonsense, won't you? Of course you will. Go on then. Chop chop. What's wrong with Phasar? We're gonna find out. There he is. You're on Berthel's behalf, you say? Yeah, I might have guessed. That Horson doesn't realize the trouble he's in. Well, his neck. I'll work with you, Smith, and I'll even keep my diction simple. Taking instructions from that drunkard will have dulled your wits. Now listen. Dealing with Gridanians is no different from dealing with anyone else. Everyone has needs. Just a matter of identifying and fulfilling them. Anyone with half a brain, which discounts your mentor, knows that the Forestborn do not want for wood or leather goods. They already have a carpenter's and a leathers workers guild. They don't need that stuff. They got more than enough. You'd have more luck selling brine to a fishback. What they do lack is steel. Theirs is an insular, isolated nation that has long sought to survive without relying overmuch on foreign trade. The Calamity changed all that. Half a decade on, there was no end to the rebuilding in sight. They have been forced to open their gates to adventurers. And when there are adventurers, there's demand for weapons and armor. Quality weapons and armor, mind you. My Gridanian contacts would accept nothing less. I'll need some samples to show them. Bring me a bronze spatha and a spiked bronze labris for this purpose. So, 2 things we gotta craft here. The bronze spatha requires a bronze ingot, hard leather, and a ram horn. The ram horn you can buy it from any of the markets in any of the 3 main cities. Hard leather you craft with animal hide, and bronze ingot you craft with... Which one was that again? 2 copper and 1 tin, I think? Yeah, that sounds right. Anyways, I've already made one of these before for a guild leave, so let's just do a quick synth. I hate the sound of the file. I apologize. And then we also make a spiked bronze labris, which takes 1 bronze ingot, or no, I'm sorry, 3 bronze ingots. I can't read. And 1 ash lumber, which is crafted with 3 ash logs. Synthesize. Oh, I just like high quality versions. There we go. Synthesize time. Ugh. I apologize now in advance for any time you have to hear the file. It is quite possibly my least favorite sound effect in the entire game, and that includes the different chat pings that people like to use. In that one high-pitched Lalafell giggle. Anyways, we made the things. These will require closer inspection. Inside, Smith. I have a name. You made these weapons. Huh. I must confess, the quality is quite good. I thought you knew more than Berthael's errand boy, but it seems I was wrong. Only a true smith could have made these pieces. As I rather suspect you were aware, a poorly wrought weapon can cost a man his life, be it brittle, prone to blunting, or unevenly weighted. Every flaw will serve to hinder its owner on the battlefield. Not so this spatha. Well-tempered and perfectly balanced. It is a weapon fit for a warrior. Else, with a blade like this, even I could probably best a beast or two. And this labris is a work of art as well. Simple, solid, and more than capable of cleaving a fish back in two. If even a relative newcomer to the guild can produce work of this quality, my contacts will have not to worry about. These samples should convince them of that. Seems you've saved your mentor's job. Just leave the rest to me, Smith. There's nothing easier than selling an excellent product. Berthael, you're welcome. Thanks. Alright, we got a new file. Goodie. By the sweat of your brow, Forge Master Berthael has important news he would like to share with you. Just the ladles open the sea. They're a bleeding godsend, you know that? It only happened here the tree folk were mightily impressed with the samples you made for that son of a whore. Huh. Even the shrew had to admit I'd done a good job. But who gives a damn about business, eh? You're here to smith, am I right? So, be a good glad and whip us up an iron crossbeam hammer, will you? Oh, and before you run off, I should probably mention that Smite Hammer ain't selling iron at present. Grand Company contracts take priority, see. The shipwrights need all the stock we can lay our hands on. So we got to get the iron on your own. Be by mining or buying. I'd sooner go to Hawker's Alley myself, but then it ain't me coin. And one more thing. I don't want just any iron crossbeam hammer. I want one melted with materia. You know what materia is, don't you? It's like, say I've got an apron I've been using for years and years, and it got all soaked up with my sweat and stuff. But instead of just sweat, I've taken up a bit of me, my, spiritual essence or something. Well, that essence can be pulled out and turned to stuff called materia through extraction, which is like a kind of a round-ish crystal that you can then attach the gear to get stronger and so on. Needless to say, I don't know how materia works, but there's supposed to be a gobby who does. Name's Mudamix, if memory serves, and he's got a camp out in Thanaland. Track him down if you need some proper guidance. Okay, so first let's make our iron crossbeam hammer. It takes 1 iron ingot, 1 undyed cotton cloth, and 1 elm lumber. Elm lumber was crafted from elm logs, the undyed cotton cloth crafted from cotton yarn, crafted from cotton balls, and the iron ingot was crafted from iron ore, which I got in... where was that? Western Thanaland. Let's craft. Oh god, not the file. Alright, now to meld materia to it, we need to right-click the hammer and select meld. It doesn't matter what material we put on it, so I'm just going to put one on one of our crafters. Because the only material I care about at this point, I just want to make sure that I don't use my combat ones, because we need them for something else later. Got the hammer for me yet? Don't forget that she needs a piece of materia stuck to her as well. Any kind will do, by the way. Don't have to be an apron. Or from an apron, rather. Damn fine work as always, lad. She's got good heft, this one. The kind you just don't get with bronze. You tire quicker, of course, but it's a fade on the arm, not the tool. And even after you get worked up a sweat, I reckon her cotton-wrapped grip will keep her firmly in your hand, right where she belongs. It's common for smithies to make their own tools, you know? There's no better way of getting just what you want, see? Assuming you're half decent. Although you need tools to craft your own tools, but you'd want to craft your own tools to make your own tools, and... You know what? I'm confusing myself. I, for one, have always made my own tools, though. Bugger me. I'm starting to wish I'd asked you for 2 of these so I could keep one for myself. Huh. You really should let me buy you a drink sometime, lad. You've done a lot for me, and I don't want you to think me ungrateful. In fact, I'm wondering if we ought to put your skills on display more prominently. Really show our potential customers what the guild has to offer. No need to fret about that for the time being, though. You just keep hammering away, alright? Take it from me, lad. You'll do your best work when your only concerns are the hammer in your hand and the vision in your head. Beauregard's blessings be upon you. What is my dog doing? What are you jumping around for? Absolute psycho. Money. We got a hammer. True as steel. Forge Master Berthea has a special task for you. You have come a long way since you first joined up, lad. Some smithies might be content to eke out a living selling cheap tools and weapons. But not you. You won't be satisfied till you're the best. Am I right? Aye. That's the stuff. Always seeking to better yourself, ain't you? I respect that. If you've no motivating, it's only a matter of time before your work starts to suffer. Your customers start looking elsewhere. Folks start whispering that your best days are behind you. Your wife runs off for a goddamned merchant. The next thing you know, you're just a poor sod drowning his sorrows with a witch. But that won't happen to you, now will it? Bertheo? Were we talking hypotheticals, or do you need to get something off your chest? I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, you produced quality work back when we had to deal with them tree folk, and now I need to do the same again. We're after another big contract, see? There's a bloke in town who's looking to buy a boatload of steel, but he won't place an order till he's sure we can deliver first-rate stuff. So, we need to send out him a sample of our finest work. Now, it takes a lot of skill to forge a bar of high-quality steel, but if you got all the ingredients, you're halfway there. Saying that, it can still be a right pain in the ass. But I know you're up to the task, lad. When you've made the thing, give it to that whoreson merchant from before, Phasar. Aye, so you can deliver it to the client. The higher the quality achieved during synthesis, the greater the chance that the finished item will be of a higher grade. HQ. So, from this point on, with all of our craft requests, we have to deliver items that are high quality. That is what this little symbol means. It's kind of a... It makes no sense looking at it, but trust me, that means high quality. So, in order to create a steel ingot, we need 1 bomb ash and 2 iron ore. Iron ore we've gotten plenty of times in the past. You go mining in Western Thanaland. Bomb ash, you can go... Actually, you can get it a few different ways. I think you can buy it. You can also just, like, kill bomb enemies in a couple of different places. Or go mining in Southern Thanaland. So, let's click Synthesize, and let's make this high quality. Now, in order to do that, we got to play around with some of our newer buttons here. Namely, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to use Waste Not to reduce loss of durability by 50% the next 4 steps. And then I'm going to activate Innovation to increase the efficiency of touch actions by 50% for the next 4 steps. And then we're going to do Basic Touch, Standard touch. Basic touch again. And look at that. It's already a max. And now we're going to do Veneration to increase efficiency of my synthesis action by 50% for the next 4 steps. And like that, we're done. Oh, right, I needed to deliver it to Phasar. Phasar's on the upper decks? Wait, no, I just hadn't had my map update. Phasar is this way, though, if I recall correctly. There he is. We meet again. Assuming you're here to deliver the steel, know this. If it's not first rate, I won't present it to the client. Oh, it's first rate. Very well. Inside, Smith. Quite how you learned to smelt such excellent steel, I don't know. But I do know that it had not to do with your wretched mentor's teaching. Harder than mere iron, yet not so rigid as to be unworkable. It cannot have been easy to determine the exact quantity of bomb ash required to achieve such a balance. Speaking of which, just how did you acquire the ash? Don't tell me you went and slew the void-sent fiends yourself. The markets are hardly a reliable source, I know, but risking death in a fiery explosion is beyond reckless. Still, if that's what it took, I admire your dedication. I suspect your Forge Master will be receiving some good news. I only hope he remembers to toast your name when he adjourns to the winch to celebrate. We got a new file. I hate the files. They sound bad. As iron sharpens iron, Forge Master Berthale is eyeing you with an ominous grin on his face. It may be wise to inquire as to why. Been waiting for you to come and see me, lad. Seems you got yourself an admirer. And I was talking about, and I ain't talking about me either. I'm talking about someone else. It's only a matter of time before folks start asking questions about who's responsible for the guild's recent changes in fortunes. You at a Costa del Sol, out in Bloodshore? Cause that's where your new admirer lives. Cause you don't know the place. It's a favorite resort of Ul'Dah's rich and famous. Aye, that's right. I'm talking about one of them. Asked for you by name, they did. Said they was to commission the great Yaranthe Xantark and no other. Is it Gigaruju? This could be your chance, lad. It ain't every day you get invited to curry favor with such a wealthy, bleeding client. At first, I thought it was just Beauregard who's watching over you. I'm beginning to think that two-faced bugger and all though might have taken an interest in all. Anyway, you'll do it, won't you? Ah, of course you bloody will. He'd be a goddamn fool to refuse. Only the trouble with that bastard Phasar for the details, though. Oh, and though it sticks to me throat to say it, I reckon you should probably think the Chocobo's ours while you're at it. He's the one that's made this happen. And I bet he's going to say some unkind things about you. He says that? Oh, always. Well met, Smith. I gather you've heard about your commission? I trust you understand what an honor this is, as well as what's at stake. The client in question, it is a distinguished personage with tremendously high expectations. Should you fail to live up to them, it will reflect poorly on both you and your guild. As for myself, the last thing I need is a well-connected Ul'Dah telling his associates not to buy your products. Products I need hardly add, which I should very much like to sell them. In short, don't fuck up. Now then, I believe I saw Ms. Kuswib arrive a moment ago. She is our client's representative. Go inside and introduce yourself to her. She will explain the commission. Okay. I'm assuming it's Master Gigaruju who is commissioning this. I've heard a great deal about you, Yeranthe Zantok. As you may have heard, my master was captivated by the tales of your exceptional craftsmanship, and thought you the ideal candidate to undertake a commission of particular import to him. By way of an introduction, my master's estate boasts the most spectacular gardens in all of Costa del Sol. Its many botanical marvels owe much to the efforts of our chief groundsman, who has nurtured them since he was a lad. The dear old fellow has run the family for generations now, and my master feels it's past time that his years of faithful service be recognized. And what better way to honor the tireless efforts of one's loyal servant than to present him with an exquisitely wrought example of the tool of his beloved trade. In short, Mr. Zantok, my master would like to commission a plumed iron hatchet of the first order. Know that anything less than perfection will be deemed unacceptable. We trust you will not disappoint us. I will try my best. Alright, plumed iron hatchet. Gotta be high quality. Why do I not have an iron ingot? Un moment. Gonna make an iron ingot real quick. Alright, plumed iron hatchet. One iron ingot, which you just saw me craft, one walnut lumber, crafted from walnut logs, and a single chocobo feather, which is new, and we get that from doing some botany in the South Shroud. Now, let's craft. Oh, it used the file. I apologize in advance. Waste not, innovation, basic touch. And now, basic synthesis. Do you have a hatchet? I do. My. Though I count myself no expert in such matters, even I am sensible to this hatchet's quality. It is magnificent. Master Phasar's works did not do you justice. You are a veritable prodigy, sir. Your hatchet is more a work of art than a tool. When I run my fingers along its smooth leather grip and gaze upon its flawless, sparkling blade, I find that I am moved. It seems a great shame to allow such a masterpiece to be used for mere gardening. But tools are made for a purpose. Mayhap, as the blade dulls and the grip wears, it will gain a different sort of beauty. Ah, but I am beginning to sound like our chief groundsman. Such a gentle soul. I am quite sure that he will see the artistry in your creation. Why, it may even serve to inspire him in his own craft. You should be proud. On behalf of my lord, I thank you, Yeranthe Zantok. Please give my regards to Master Phasar. Oh, I thought maybe I'd have to deliver it personally, but no. I'm just going to assume it was Gigaruju, because they haven't told me otherwise. You certainly rose to the occasion. Expertly done, Smith. And it seems Ms. Kuswib has marked you out as a crafter of outstanding skill. If our master agrees with her assessment, this may well be the first of many such commissions. You've every right to be proud. I suppose your mentor will want to know what's happened. I swear, your talents are truly wasted serving that fool. You may tell him I said so if you wish. You're a damn good smith, Yeranthe. You can do better. Thank you. Does Bertheo know you hate him? Ah, there you are, lad. Well, tell us how it went then. Said that, did he? cheeky sod, talking like he knows what it means to be a smithy. There ain't no one as knows better than me, and I've only ever wanted what's best for you. I still remember the day you first walked in here, you know? 'Twas clear to me even then that you'd got a fire of will. Something in your eyes. There is something that's told me you'd give your all to the craft. Not for coin or for fame, but for the sake of making something good. And that's just what we need round here. So don't let us down, Yeridhe. Stick with us, and we'll do right by you. New Hannah. Let's Phasar to stun. Oh, localization team. Never stop. Forge Master Berthale has had to take on more smithing than he can anvil. Oh, something evil's been brewed in my belly. I tell you, can't seem to keep anything down. Too many at the winch, I reckon. Couldn't have come at a worse time either, with Phasar breathing down me neck. Now, when it comes to the market, you never met a tighter miser than old Phasar. At the Colosseum, the man throws gold at fighters like water at a fire. They know it too, so they ask their patron for a new blade. And once they get their blade, now it's a bigger, sharper, shinier blade. And before you know it, I'm wasting my waking bells forging weapons for folks but ain't got arms enough to wield them all. Don't get me wrong, I'd gladly take the Horison's coin, but I ain't up to it this time. On account of me condition. Which is why I need you to make whatever needs making instead. Have a word with Phasar and see what he wants. What is it between you two? Because Phasar fucking hates you and you clearly don't like him. So, Berthale sends you to me yet again. I am flattered he holds me in such high esteem. As you may have heard, I have an eye for able warriors. Yet without the proper arms and armaments, ability is for naught. Forge me one steel bouge of equal parts splendor and might, and you and Berthale should know the bounty of my generosity. But fail me, Yeridhe, and I may be forced to reconsider my arrangement with Nuldic and Vimeles. Well, we can't have that now, can we? A steel bouge. I don't know how to actually pronounce this word. Budge? Something? It's a big ol' axe. So it's an interestingly shaped axe. So, to craft this, it's also got to be high quality, by the way. We need 2 steel ingots, which you get from bomb ash and iron ore, 1 oak lumber, crafted from oak logs, and an iron ingot crafted from, you guessed it, iron ore. Never would have figured that one out on my own. Alright, let's get this made. I like when I see 80 durability. Items that have 40 durability worry me. It's like, oh god. Now I'm scared. When I see 80, it's like, no, we're gonna be fine. 91% chance. Let's go one more. Perfect. Alright, basic synthesis. And we did it. One steel bouge, Yeridhe. Make the greatest weapon you've ever made, and then throw it away and make me a better one. But guy, no. You've come with my gift. Excellent. Let us have a look, shall we? I made it nothing short of perfection, and you've exceeded my every expectation. A finer bouge I have never seen. A well-wrought oak haft with a solid steel blade, more than sharp enough to slice through sinew and bone. Many an oryx's neck shall it cleave. I cannot wait to see it wielded. Oh yes, the glory of the steel bouge you have forged for me shall be sung in the screams of all who stand before it. I see my trust in you is not misplaced here today, and I trust I shall have need of your skills in the future. That would make sense. Let's see, what do I want to get here? That is +1 to control. This is +6 craftsmanship, +3 control, and +2 CP. And +3 to control. We're getting the Apprentice's Smock. We also got a new hammer. Oh, that looks like a downgrade. Oh well. Forging ahead. Forge Master Berthael needs an able blacksmith to set an example. Uh-oh. An example for what? You know, Yaranthe, the contract you've helped the guild secure ought to make us a fortune. If we can find the hand to keep up with demand, that is. Quite a name you've made for yourself in the process. You've got your head in the forge. So you don't hear what I do. Over the ports, I hear the clatter of sailors and merchants extolling the fabled wares from Yarenthe's forge. And I assure you, they ain't alone. Hell's gotten to the point where half your fellow smithies are asking that you forge their own smithing tools. As if you have time to make them one by one. So I told them the most they could hope for would be one wrapped crow's beak hammer to share. A true example of shining excellence to which all of its kind would be held. What say you, lad? Reckon you can do your forge mates a favor? Yeah, why not? Sounds fun. So, a wrapped crow's beak hammer requires a steel crow's beak hammer. Shocking. With the crafted hammer to then make it be a better hammer. And then that itself required a steam words. Let's say words correctly. A steel ingot, undyed velveteen, oak lumber, and linseed oil. Linseed oil was crafted. Oops, wrong button. Crafted via alchemy with 2 flax. The rest, either we've talked about here or I've talked about in other classes. I don't call, but oak lumber is oak logs. Undyed velveteen is is that also flax? No, that's cotton yarn and dew thread. Something else is flax. Fleece. Fleece is flax. Steel ingot is, of course, the one bob mash into iron ore. And that's just for the regular hammer. The wrapped hammer also requires another steel ingot and boar leather crafted from boar hide. Let's get it done. Let's make. Oh god, it's the file again. I hate every time I use the file. There we go. All I'm asking for is a single crow's beak hammer. Or the finest quality, of course, so I can show your fellow smithies how it's done. You should be able to do it yourself too, you know. Well, that may be true, but by Beauregard's beard, who'd have thought that the brutish tools of force could possess such beauty? The hammer's claw evokes the elegance and ruthless efficiency of a golden beak, plucking worms from the ground. And it's flawlessly counterbalanced asymmetrically by the face. Not in me wildest forging fantasies could I ever envision laying hands or eyes on such a perfect hammer. Hells, I reckon it's too perfect short of this slot. To look upon the daunting heights of such peak perfection would surely discourage even the boldest of budding blacksmiths. Maybe I should keep it for myself. You know, as a gift. On the other hand, I ought to put those uppity smithies in their place. Besides, it'd be a crime to keep this hammer hidden away from the world. With any luck, it'll serve as inspiration to your forge mates. Maybe even motivate one to follow in your footsteps. Have I talked to any other forgers? I don't think we have. Anyways, let's see here. What are some upgrades we got? That's +4 to control. +5 to craftsmanship and 3 to control, and we lose 2 CP. And 4 to control. We'll go with the smock, I suppose. The body pieces are generally a bigger upgrade. Oh, and we learned Final Appraisal, which the next action that will complete the item synthesis will instead leave 1 progress point remaining, and it lasts for 5 steps. So if you're like wanting to make progress first and then do quality after, just to make sure that you can finish it off, that's a good skill to use. Beauty and the Bardiche. Bardiche? Barge? F it. Forge Master Berthale is delighted to see you. But 'tis a good time to be a smithy, aren't they? Clients are banging down our doors, clamoring for our wares. And to think, it's all cause one fateful day I had the foresight to let you join our ranks. Smartest thing I ever done. Aye, in prosperous times such as these, you can't help but be in high spirits. Even your most hated enemies start to seem like a decent folk. Why, just the other day, I downed a few pints with old Phasar. Ha! Ha! Speaking of which, Phasar was going on and on about this lady gladiator what caught his eye, one he'd like to lavish with gifts. Said he had a mind to have you forge the weapons. But you know him, demanded to speak to you in person. Best go on and oblige the bastard. You had a drink with Phasar, your mortal enemy? What? Phasar, were you trying to poison him? Yarin Thay, good of you to come. I knew no other whom I could call upon. Her name is Muriel. She's both muse and genius. A portrait of grace and beauty amid the carnage of war. Expertly versed in every technical discipline of combat. Muriel is more than a mere gladiator. She is an artist. If she is to paint the battlefield red, only the finest of instruments will suffice. And such instruments can only be created by the greatest of blacksmiths. Thus, I would ask of you a pair of cobalt knuckles, a buccaneer's bardiche, and a cobalt shamshir, with which she might reign over the Colosseum like the goddess she is. I will inspect your work when it is complete. Though I have little reason to doubt your capabilities, I will not present to Muriel anything less than perfection. Fair enough, Phasar. Let's get this done. Cobalt knuckles require 2 cobalt ingots crafted using cobalt ore and I think iron ore. I think it's 2 cobalt, 1 iron. And then 1 boar leather made from a boar hide and an alumen. Oh, I have a high quality cobalt ingot. Hell yeah, let's use it. Oh god, it's the fucking file. For bringing the secondary arm for Blacksmith, that sure gets used a lot. Alright, next up, the Buccaneer's Bardiche. Requires 2 cobalt ingots, 1 rosewood branch, which I gathered using botany in the East Shroud, and then 1 horn glue, which had to be crafted using 2 Ul'dah horns, which you can just buy from the kobolds. And I have a high quality horn glue. Let's use it. Come on, Nightcrawler, I need you to be better than the 26%. Okay, that's a good jump up to 64. And now 86. Let's go. Nice. Last up, the Cobalt Shamshir. 2 more Cobalt ingots, 1 more Ul'dah horn, and 1 Basilisk whetstone, crafted using 1 Basilisk egg, which you can obtain via mining in northern Thanalan. And since that's high quality, we'll use it. Oh, 92% chance? Let's do this. Come on. Don't give me the 8%. No, I'm begging you, game. Please do not give me the 8%. Beautiful. Thank you. Knuckles, a bardiche, and a shamshir. It must be fit for a goddess. How about these? Well, your weapons look most impressive. Most properly appraise your work. Inside. Ah, the Knuckles. A sturdy and stable design for a straightforward weapon. The lack of superfluous ornamentation speaks to an emphasis on function. Next, we come to the bardiche, a brutish base weapon, likely born of the beast tribes. Initially, I feared its barbaric origins might sully Muriel's angelic hands, but I firmly believe there is no weapon her feminine touch cannot civilize. This is starting to sound real weird here, guys. And lastly, the shamshir. The seductive curvature of the blade is sinister in its simplicity. You take a notoriously obstinate kobold and bent it to your will. Again, you exceed my every expectation. I can only imagine Muriel's joy upon seeing such splendid wares. Let her gaze upon the face of the one who forged them. You will find her aboard the Astolicia. That I at the end of it was killing me. Is that the boat in Limsa? At the docks? I think it is. Going all the way there? Why? Why put the NPC there? Like, have her be hanging up by the Ath Castle. Nope, I don't need to go there. To the Aetheryte, which has dancers at it all the time. Yep, gotta go to the boat. That's annoying. I hate navigating to the boat. Like, couldn't they just been like outside the boat, like standing right here? Fine. I'll quit my bitching. Even though it's what I'm so good at. Seriously, why are you all up here? Ah, yes, the gifts that was promised. It is good to know Phasar is a man of his word. Though personally, I prefer a man of action. Show me what you've got. Most impressive indeed. I am humbled. With your weapons in my grip, victory is all but assured. Phasar certainly possesses an eye for the finer things. The eye that finds beauty interests me less than the hands that craft it. The strong, skilled hands of an artisan like yourself. Gladiator and blacksmith make quite a pair, do we not? What is a weapon without a wielder? Or a wielder without a weapon? We complete each other. I came to Limsa to see your wares at the old man's behest, and found everything he promised and more. Know that in the heat of battle, as I clutch them tightly in my hands, my thoughts will be of you. I need to go. Goodbye. You know what? I'm gonna go immediately. Bye, Muriel. No, thank you. All right, now that we're safe from her, let's equip our new hammer. Waiting in the winglet. Forge Master Berthale has a special commission only you can handle. Good news, Yaranthe! That gladiator you outfitted, Muriel, done the work of 1,000,000 merchants for a cent. Her name's on the lips of every Colosseum fan. It's just the name of the smithy will forge her armaments. Our wares are selling faster than we can forge them, and every member of the guild is reaping the benefits. Aye, the ale will flow like wine at the winch tonight. Of course, customers, they haven't asked for you by name, but I tell them they ain't had the time to personally craft all their butcher's knives and brick and brack. I've certainly no intention of shoveling that drudgery off on you. But there's one commission that requires your personal attention, I reckon. And this one comes to us by way of old Phasar. So pay the man a visit. Before you go, though, a word of warning. Phasar is a solemn soul to begin with, but this job's got him well and tighter than ever, judging from his countenance. Best be prepared for a bleeding tough challenge. I can do that. I can handle tough challenges. Just watch me. There you are, Yaranthe. Hear me. None other than the finest blacksmith in all Vilbren will do for this task. So renowned are your weapons that your name echoes through the distant wood of Gridania. Actually, I hear you've been working in carpentry and leatherworking there. Multi-talented you are, it seems. So powerful your forge here, though, that has bent their disdain for steel into admiration. As such, a former champion of the Colosseum, living amid the leaves, has contacted me in hopes of engaging your services. That is all I can say. The rest, she will tell you herself. The client wishes to meet with you in private, and will be waiting for you on the platform just below the Drowning Witch. Pray, do not keep her waiting. Oh, okay, Phasar. I just noticed you have something in your hair. You have some kind of like a hair clip going on. Huh, never noticed that. But alright, we need to head to the Drowning Winch. So, let's get there with all haste. We'll draw our hammer to make ourselves look like a threat to anybody in our way. Forbidden Fondue? That is a name. Where am I going? Hang on. I said the platform below. Where can I go below? Right here. Here it is. Limsa is not my favorite city to navigate. In fact, it is my least favorite of the three main cities. There might be a later city that's worse. I'm not entirely sure, but I know I do not care for Limsa. Like, I like how it's look. I like its thematicness with pirates and sailing and whatnot. That's all pretty cool. But I hate navigating the place. Ah, an honor, Yaranthe Zantok. I appreciate you coming all this way to meet with me. I am told you are a blacksmith without peer. It is for this reason that I have come to seek your assistance. The sword I would have you forge must befit the storied Colosseum champion. Rather, a man who would become one once more. This gladiator has recently returned to Ul'dah, has chosen to fight under a different name, you see. Perhaps you are familiar with the Bronze Bull? I thought not. His performance in the Blood Sands has been less than stellar. Despite his wealth of experience, he struggles. I've seen him fight. His weapons are his weakness, but I fear he thinks himself at fault. Which brings me to my request. I wish to arm the Bronze Bull with a quality cobalt winglet, strengthened with a savage might materia of the 3rd grade. He is a far greater gladiator than his record suggests, and deserves better than the rubbish he wields. When the sword is ready, deliver it to Phasar. He shall see that the Bronze Bull receives it. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this crafted. A cobalt winglet. What does it actually look like? I'm curious. Oh. I... It's fine. So this requires 2 cobalt ingots that we have to craft out of... Was it just cobalt ore? 2 cobalt ore and 1 iron ore. I knew there was something. 1 mahogany lumber crafted with 3 mahogany logs. 1 horn glue crafted out of Ul'dah horns and just that. And then the last ingredient is 1 sunrise talon, which you can obtain by doing some mining in Western Lenosha. So let's get this made. Oh god, it's the file. Alright. Quality guarantee. Okay, and now we need to attach a materia to it. So, we go to Meld, and they want Savage Might Materia 3. So, this one right here. Let's get it. Perfect. And now we can take it to Phasar. I wonder if it would be faster just to, like, do a warp back to the main Aetheryte and then warp down to Athgas. That would probably be faster than running all the way over there, I feel like. But at this point, we're committed. I really wish there was a closer warp to the guilds. But, oh well. Phasar, I really hope that after I show this to you, you don't make me carry it all the way back over there. Please. I beg of ye. I'm aware of the client specifications. As soon as I verify that your sword is to her satisfaction, I shall contact the intended recipient. I've got it right here. You have outdone yourself yet again. Your task is almost complete. At a most peculiar request, the client wishes you to be on hand, yet out of sight for the purveyance of her gift. I shall attend to the arrangements. You need only be ready. Actually, looking at it, it kind of reminds me of a Dragon Quest sword. With the wings. Since when have you taken a fancy to a male gladiator, Phasar? What's all this really about? I assure you, you will not be displeased. Quite the opposite, I should hope. Pleased, then? Precisely. We come bearing a gift. A gift? For me? Ha! Give it to someone who deserves it. I'm in no mood to be fawned over. Due to your mounting defeats, no doubt. I know my record, merchant. Ah, but that's the very reason I believe this gift will lift your spirits. Behold, the cure for your recent woes. A sword. Unlike any other. This blade, I've never seen its equal. Did you forge this, smith? I will be proud to call it my own. I believe that is precisely what our patron intended. Care to tell me who your patron is? And why he sees fit to confer upon me such a treasure? I can say only that she prays for your success. It is her hope that with this sword, you'll win new glory, and that these words will be to remember that of old. The way of the sword is such that all who walk it become lost. Her words, eh? Well, I don't see why she had to orchestrate this mummer's farce. I would have gladly accepted the sword from her in person. Oh? Aye. I thought the calamity had claimed her life. I should have known better to think that the Hellfire Phoenix would die so easily. And now, it is my turn to take wing. Was his old sword the same model of his new sword, maybe a slightly different color? They couldn't have made that be less confusing? Guys, come on. Also, Jesus, cutting a sword in half with another sword. On my honor, I shall one day stand atop the Colosseum and do this sword justice. Grindfire's no fool. I suspect he knew I was present the moment his words left Phasar's lips. Want to give him the sword in person? It is complicated. Simply put, I will not involve myself directly in the Colosseum affairs. Long ago, I swore never again to take up sword or spear for sport. I have entrusted the Forge Master with your honorarium. Please, accept it with my heartfelt thanks. Very well. Well, look who's back from bringing in another fortune. I don't know how you do it, Yaranthe, but I'm glad you're doing it for us. If you hadn't come along when you did, and helped us turn things around with your quality smithing, I reckon I'd be another worthless drunk drowning me sorrows at the winch. Instead, I'm a happily employed drunk celebrating me successes at the winch. You know, any lot with a tool can put passion into his work, but to have it come out the other side and affect folk is true artistry. And make no mistake, lad, the impact of what you've done for the guild will be felt for years to come. You're one of the best goddamn smithies I've had the pleasure of knowing. There ain't nothing more to say than that. Alright, so we're gonna get Vulcan, an exclusive a new tool for us. And we got some Blacksmith exclusive gear here. The headpiece is 7 more control and 2 CP. The gloves are also 7 more control and 2 CP. Well, the boots are 10 more control and 3 craftsmanship. I do want to see, I doubt it, but can I wear, okay, I cannot wear the goggles, sadness. So we'll just get the leggings then. This concludes the Blacksmith quest for Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have completed the main scenario quest before the dawn. Once you have done so, the next Blacksmith quest will be available from Brethael. And there we go. That's a meaty hammer. I like it.